Welcome to another episode of Grade Pending. Almost said word means dance. This is the show where we watch movies, shows, give our opinions on it. As always, there's no way to do a real review without spoiling it or at least talking about everything that happened in it. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. We'll tell you what it is soon. But that's how everything works with this. We got our own grading system, as you see every week. Awesome, which is the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. We got dope, which is very good, not perfect, not the bestest, but hey, it's a good show, good piece of entertainment. We got meh, which basically is all right, or watched it once, not trying to watch it no more. And then we got straight trash. I'm never watching it again. It was hot garbage. Get this out my face. Why did I spend money on this? How do you feel about it? And this week we're talking about kind of unknown comic, you know what I'm saying? But like we do always on Grade Pending, we'll get our individual reviews in first, and then we'll come back and have a group discussion with it. So we'll get into our individual reviews now first.
So overall for Invincible, took me a little off guard. I can honestly say that about the show. Came out of nowhere. That first episode just gets you at the end. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch the first episode. The last 7 minutes, crazy. Overall, I'll give it. It was dope. It was very, very dope. From beginning to end. Storyline dragged in the middle episodes. You could have felt they could have added some more. But the development of Mark, awesome. The story of Omni Man was dope, and just the extra characters they threw in the middle of it was pretty good. Overall, season finale was awesome. I think it ended on a very, very high note, leaving the door open for more. I know the guy who created it, I believe, created Sons of Anarchy 2 as well. Kurt, not, no, I forgot his name. Scratch that. It's not from Sons of Anarchy, but he's a very good comic writer. I'm giving it a dope. I wanted more. It left me wanting more. I think 8 episodes, 7 episodes, whatever it wasn't enough. Definitely left a good taste in my mouth. So I'm looking forward to more.
I believe. All right, so the artist you're referring to was Robert Kirkman. He's made. He's also did The Walking Dead and those comics. He's also stated that a lot of the stuff from Invincible was his early work in terms of the comic book series, and he's a better writer now than he was then. So some of the stuff that he may or may not go into the comic book, he may do his own little stuff as seasons progress, because he already has an idea for 7 seasons. I'm all for every last minute of it. As for season 1, the way it started was insane. The way it ended was beyond my belief. And I couldn't even believe that it can even get that crazy. The animation of it, the heartfelt moments. I mean, there were times when, you get tired of some characters. One being his girlfriend / ex-girlfriend / girlfriend again. But honestly, my honest opinion, I'm going to say it was awesome. I was going high dope until the last 2 episodes, but that last episode threw that shit over the roof. Like, that was like, because I know we talked about The Boys, which is another Amazon product also, and Robert Kirkman also has his hand on that also. Like, he's just having some great stuff that he's putting out there. And he's clearly making a name for himself in Hollywood, more than he was before. But this Invincible this Invincible shit is awesome. And that's how I see the season.
So yeah, going into it, I had no idea, no prior knowledge of the comic. Saw the trailer for it. I was okay. It looks interesting. It's heroes again, with a family dynamic kind of thing. I was, all right, this is cool. The father, all right, cool. And I forgot about it. Then the first episode came on. Somebody reminded me about it. I was like, all right, check it out. And like everyone said, the last 5-7 minutes of the first episode, I was hooked from there. Like, it was like, okay, give me more. and didn't see it coming, didn't know where it was going after that. Like it was a puzzle, it was a mystery. It was like, where did it go? What's gonna happen? And then as the season went on, you got more of the heart of the show. You got the emotion and like I said, the family dynamic. More things unfolded. You got some answers to some questions. Then you got some more questions. I just feel the character development was great. You really care about the characters. You care about the things they go through and their relationships and relations to other characters. The way that they show the strength and things, just all around. I give it an awesome. I think it was all around. The show itself was awesome. Not perfect, I was kind of like Jared said, kind of like dope, awesome. But I feel like that final episode pushed me to the top, and I definitely consider it all around a low but awesome. So yeah, like we all said, that first episode was the key. Like I was hooked from there. Like once I seen that scene, and again, we're gonna talk about it. So if you haven't seen it, pause this, go watch it, and then come back. But that first episode when Omni-Man took out the whole was it Justice Friends? The League of Justice?
Whole the
Guardians of
the Globe. Guardians of the Globe.
Guardians of the Globe.
Guardians of the
Globe. A nice play on and it had a nice mixture of a little bit of DC,
a little bit of Marvel,
Justice League.
But the heart of it had like emotion, like it had a nice blend of a lot of our favorite comic type things. But that first scene where he just came flying in and the red rocket dude had to push the other dude out the way, and it was just like, yo, wait, what's happening? Like, is he brainwashed? Is it, what I'm saying? That had me hooked, right? Like I was instantly like, all right, next episode, let's go. Like,
and how that, and even that scene, how it led to the final fight scene with Omni-Man and his son, like with him and Mark, because Mark is like, who is controlling you? Who is brainwashing you? So it's like we all had that idea, like, up until he explained Voltron, we all had the idea like is he being controlled by somebody? Like, and
I thought it was robots this whole time.
Just went from 0 to 100.
Right. And
Bro, we all had theories.
The robot had an ulterior motive. He had an ulterior, like I said, it was so much of a mystery of, who do you trust in this world? Like, like I said, I came into this blind, so I had no prior knowledge of the characters. So it was just like, I don't know who's trustworthy. I don't know who's supposed to be good, bad, or whatever. And it was just like, like you didn't know, robots trying to, regenerate his body. This dude lied about the whole story of his people in Viltrumite, and they really world conquerors, not world protectors. So he told him the opposite story, and it was just like, wow. And the way that, like we said, the final episode of the season where he was just like, all right, you're not gonna be with me. I could take another 17 years to have another kid. Like,
right.
It was just like, wow. But then he eventually, the father-son dynamic did get to him, and he, like I said, it was an emotional turn, but it wasn't cheesy emotional. It made sense. But then it leaves you off with like, damn. But when he go back to his planet, they not gonna care about, oh, he hit home run. Ooh, good job, Dad.
Right.
So the character, which character stood out to you guys?
Honestly, for me, it would be the one that beat up Mark and put him really bad in the hospital and killed Monster Girl. He reminded me of a blend of like the Thundercats, like the Panther, the Lion-O, like all together. Like I want to see more of that character because he was bad ass.
And he was
like
he
didn't care. Kid, child, like
who y'all said is the best fighters in this planet.
Like, right. Like you all can get it.
Is this your king?
Right.
That's exactly what I felt when I watched it. Like he had that big Killmonger moment. Like,
this
is all y'all got. He stood out to me. I mean, real quick. I wanted to see more of him, but I love the robot storyline because it added a different dynamic to it. It wasn't. Oh shit! I fell. it wasn't.
Man down.
It wasn't. It wasn't just a robot out to conquer. It was him trying to. He was in love. Like that was a love story, wrapped up in the middle of it that we saw. So I love the robot storyline. I thought he was like the evil robot, controlling Omni-Man from the jump. And it turns out like he just like a girl and he wanted the girl to like him. So he copied somebody's face.
Mm-hmm. Who stood out to you, Jerry?
Even if that girl looked like a 12-year-old child.
Right, which is weird.
Been a 24
which was a weird dynamic all over. Like, he an old ass man.
But he made him
floating the head.
He said, well, you know what? Let me go to a young self too, though.
Right. Which is creepy.
For me, I mean, there's a lot of characters that kind of stand out. Omni-Man, well, I won't say the Hellboy like detective. I forgot his name right now, but Demon Blood something, right? But anyway,
yeah.
For me, honestly, Cecil kind of stands out because he has that Nick Fury type. He has that Nick Fury, kind of like I need to be one step ahead of everybody that's that's under me or that I'm trying to look out for, because he has like for him to partner up with that dude who turned people to cyborgs from the college campus, like partnering with him, making an army of those cyborg things, and those shits damn near fucked up Mark. They damn near killed Mark too. And that was just one of and even though it was like 3 of them that scrapped with Omni-Man and they gave him a run for his money also. Yeah. So it's like the dude has contingency plans for everything. Like even his current Guardians of the Globe, like he has a plan for them and so forth. So he always has like a kill switch. So like his dynamic of always trying to be the smartest person out there or trying to outthink everybody, I think that makes him a really interesting character. Outside of that, I just think he's the most compelling for me. He's my most compelling character.
It's funny you called him Nick Fury because he also had a Coulson. The dude
with
the
glasses, that died. Yeah.
Pull out the gun. He was slick with it, but unfortunately, he crushed him. He had him squeeze his back or whatever. Like that, the show had the gore and bloodiness to get. Oh, this is cool, but then it was like it had the emotion too. Like it gave you a little bit of everything. That's what I really liked about it. Character-wise, definitely I agree with you guys on those characters. I like Mark. Mark reminded me kind of like that Peter Parker type of hero, learning himself, dealing with a girl and, teenage life and then superhero, but adding that father dynamic, what I'm saying? Because obviously Peter Parker, his Uncle Ben passed away. He had to figure it out on his own, but this father dynamic and, him having to, he wanted to be like his dad, but then now find out his dad is a liar and, and he only cared about his mom. Like, it was just like, that hit hard. Like that a lot of that hit hard. And the mom, like so many characters really, like they all play a part. Like it's not too much wasted characters in it. And we even see some of the future stuff is going to come back into play, that even some of the, villains we saw that was kind of look like throwaways going to come back into play. So, Mark definitely Omni-Man. That lion dude definitely, he was just like, yo, somebody got to fight him. And
right.
Somebody got to fight him.
Dude went to another planet. It was fucking them up.
Well, Omni-Man, when he did that,
No, the lion dude.
But yeah, but
remember, yes,
he went through the portal, like the robots that kept coming back. He just was like, all right,
the Flaxons.
Yeah, like he went and just wrecked them up. So they plan on coming back. The Martians is going, the little squid Martian things is going to come back, and so a lot of stuff is going to come back into play. But I definitely enjoyed season 1. Looking forward to season 2. Like I said, it was action packed.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Peter Parker because I was looking at a YouTube thing, trying to get an understanding of Invincible and so forth. And there was actually a crossover comic of Invincible and Spider-Man. So,
okay. I mean,
so
they could become best friends.
Well,
a lot of similarities.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. Was there anything you guys didn't like about it?
Amber.
Yes, you did say that.
Amber.
Yeah.
Amber. Cannot stand. It's not that I couldn't stand her. It's the fact that, like, you know, when you figured out that dude was invincible, you still on this hardened, like,
right.
bitch mode. Like, bro, like, dude is trying to protect his identity. Not everybody knows that is, like, and if you can figure it out, cool. That's on them.
Right.
But he has his even though his dad might be a superhero, and even at that time point, you didn't know Omni-Man was his dad. So he has a mom and a dad to protect, because that's what usually what supervillains do. When they find out who you are, they come for your family. So and they come for your friends too. So he's trying to look out for everybody else. He's trying to, and as a teenage boy, you're trying to figure out how to, one, grow up really quick to be a man, grow up quick to be a superhero, grow up while trying to finish high school, because you may flunk out or may have to repeat, while also trying to protect the world from shit that he has no idea what's coming next. And you still act like you should have told me. Are you fucking serious?
That just proves the point. Women don't give a shit what you do. It don't matter, bro.
Right.
Like, that
You could
shit
be
was
superhero. Like, it's about me.
Like, granted, I mean, I understand the comic series. From what I understand, him and Adam Eve, like, they become a couple. That makes more damn sense, because at least she understands the life. Like, she understands the life and so forth. Like, but
and she has difficult parents. Like, she has an asshole father. So I see them kicking it off in season 2.
Season 2, maybe season 3. I don't know, because I know we're gonna get at least 2 more seasons, which is awesome. But it's like, yo, girl, you was so damn useless. Like, like, granted, I'm not saying you're useless, period, because you do volunteer the soup kitchen and so forth. That's dope. You do some respectful things for the community. However, this man is saving fucking worlds. Right?
He brought you a rock from Mars. Like,
word. It wasn't even your birthday. Like, I mean, but, like, the whole wrap up at the end, when it was kind of showing the where they now kind of moment, and it's showing, like, everybody's, like everything that kind of happened in the past, or like in the past 2 episodes, and showing what everybody's doing currently. Like, that was pretty good, because it gives you, it lets you say that we didn't forget, like, they're not just throwaways. Like, we have, we have them for later on. So you can add more story to them, or give them more depth to it. But the thing is, like, you come from Omni-Man, should I say? You come from a planet that weeded its own people out to see who's the strongest, which means Omni-Man might not even be the damn strongest from his own planet.
Right.
So, and if he left, and Mark isn't that strong right now, we don't know if he's going to get stronger as he grows, understands his body more. But it's like, so if you leave the planet, because it's like nobody else is going to come and fuck with you. What up, kid?
What did you think of Invincible?
Oh, it was amazing. The destroyer of that world, which would be Omni-Man in that case, leaves the world. That kind of leaves a void for somebody else to come. And that's kind of something that Mark and that dude who comes from another planet, like the dude, like, who, like the damn training agent.
Oh, like the inspector dude, the planet inspector.
Yeah. Like, like how they talked about, like, how this is what they do. They go around destroying planets, whatever. And for him to say, oh, he left, that's not usual, and so forth. Like, like, that means there may be somebody else coming who's 10 times worse than Omni-Man. Yeah. And it's like, it's like for Marks, because the Guardians of the Globe, they ain't gonna do shit. Like, honestly, I can't see them. I cannot foresee them being Justice League style and actually take down anybody worse than Omni-Man. So, or even let alone Invincible. But it's like, if somebody worse comes, who's really going to save that planet? And could it be Omni-Man who saves the planet? Because you have a race of people who destroyed each other to see who is the top dog or to see who is the alphas of the world.
Well,
that's scary.
It seemed like they weeded out, like they kind of had a Thanos kind of plan. It was like, all right, only the strong survive on this planet, and then we're gonna go take out a bunch of other planets and make make the galaxy a better place. It's like they have in their mind,
right,
for it.
And my question is, what was that number like when they were all fighting? Like, when did they realize, all right, this is enough? We got enough people. Because there was piles and piles and piles of bodies,
and it was ruthless to their own people. Like,
right.
It was like, yo, you weak. Like, it was just, did somebody say stop? Okay, that's enough. Like, how did you draw the line at who's who?
Like, have a scoreboard or something, like, all right. Something.
That was.
Because they only focus, because in that montage, they only focused on three people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't even show Omni-Man. They showed 3 people. Mm-hmm. So it's like, are those your 3 top dogs? And if that's so,
and did they
what can happen next
generations? Like, did they just start their civilization over from there? Like, it's still some more questions. There's definitely still some more questions that we have. That was like my only real issue with season 1 is like there was some stuff left hanging. They did address and say, yeah, we didn't forget. We're gonna come back to this guy, this thing, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was a lot was thrown at. Like each episode, something new kind of came into play. He was like, wait, what about that? Oh, where's that going? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was good enough to still keep me wanting more. It was good that they said we didn't forget about this, and this. We're gonna come back to that. But it was a lot. It's a lot to take in. That you got to watch it a couple times to get the cat. Like we doing a bad job remembering names. Can't remember. Because there's a lot of characters and it was all new to us. So, but that was a good thing. I want to know more. I want to see more. I'm all for it. Lou, was anything you said you didn't like?
No, I mean, I liked pretty much everything. The one episode with the whole college thing I didn't like, but I understood at the end of the season why they did that episode. Mm-hmm. I thought that was like a throwaway episode, just like a filler. Mm-hmm. I didn't really like the whole dynamic of them going to see the college, coming back, and he's still an ass, and she knows, like, I didn't like that episode, but I got it at the end of the season when they show, this guy building out the robots and stuff. Like, okay, you needed to fill that story. Other than that, no, I mean, that was pretty dope.
Not to trash his girl some more, but not to trash his girl some more. But did y'all see?
I know, right? Yeah.
Going when they broke up or whatever, she started talking to the other dude at the party. Like, she got mad when he was like, "Well, me and my girl." She was like, "Oh. You got a girl already? Okay." Like, she was mad at dude for the girl. Like, yeah.
Right.
She was ready to move on to the.
I mean, but no, I was gonna say the voice acting was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like the voice acting, I would say, is amazing. The voice acting, like the cast that they had.
The cast is crazy. Yes. Crazy.
Mark Hamill and crew. Like, I mean, I think anything that Mark Hamill voice acts on is fucking fire.
Yeah.
But,
Seth Rogen was in there.
They had heavy hitters.
What's the dude that does J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man and stuff?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. Yeah. It's too many J's in his name, but yeah,
J.K. Simmons. Awesome.
This is a role that we never really see him play as an actor in a movie. So the voice that he's doing for Omni-Man, and when we talk about the emotion and the heart of the show, the dialogue between him and Mark is what really kills. That's what really works.
And you can actually see him as Omni-Man. Like, damn, like he fits. Like, that's what Omni-Man would look like if he was an old ass grumpy man. J.K. Simmons. Like, that's what he would look like.
Yeah. And shout out to the dude, the Immortal, who when they brought him back to life and they're like, hey, we're gonna get you. Where's Omni-Man? No, we want you to. Where's Omni-Man? Okay, you're right. Like, it was like, man came up like, where's he at? Like, he's ready on site. Like, he's ready to fight. Like,
He was on site before he even saw sight, bro. Like,
right.
When I see you, I'm
shout out to Reginald.
Where is he?
Or my man's on a Booker T-shirt. We're coming for you, Nick.
Oh, and shout out to what was it, Reginald Vell?
Reginald Vell. Shout out to Reg.
And him being the principal. I saw
that off his own school.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wait, isn't that Carl Winslow? And then it was like episode 3 or whatever, he was in it, and I was like, wow, that.
His character's name was Winslow too, which was dope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Invincible Winslow.
Winslow. It was dope.
Well played.
Yeah.
But yeah, it may seem like all we do is comic book movies and things. You know, that's what's popping right now. But we got other movies that we definitely gonna do some reviews and stuff on as well. Some other shows and things. But right now, the comic book stuff is, you know, is like, this was great. Like Invincible, I didn't see it coming. I didn't know, like, it was great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know it was gonna be this good when I went into it. I thought, oh, okay, it's kind of like The Boys. It's gonna be a little gory, a little more like the more tougher superheroes. Like, oh, these guys is degenerates. And it was like, oh no, it's got some emotion to it, it's got some action to it, got the gore. Like, it had a little bit of it. I was like, oh, all right, I'm looking forward to it. Every Thursday when they moved it was Friday, the first 3 episodes, and then after that they was doing like Thursday nights. So I was like, yeah, Thursday was that night, Friday was Falcon Winter Soldier, but Thursdays, I was definitely looking forward to Thursdays.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to start with that weekend of.
And anybody who didn't see it, when you get to the last episode, like, if your face was stuck after the Omni-Man fight in episode 1, your face is going to be stuck like that for at least 40 minutes.
Yeah.
He called his mom a pet.
Like,
he called her a pet.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was the scene too when the lion dude was beating him up and Omni-Man was watching.
Yeah.
My mouth dropped. Then I was like, wow. Like, and that dude was wrecking everybody up in there. But
yeah, his name was Battle Beast.
Battle Beast? Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's all about right.
That's fitting. That's fitting. Because he definitely was a battle beast. Like, yeah, but to see that Omni-Man was watching all of it happen, and then you realize, because he knew his son can, you know, regenerate and they're damn near indestructible, but it was just like, that's your son. Like,
see how strong he is.
Yeah, but it's like, man, he's getting pummeled. Remember, he's half human. Like, he may not be able to take it. Like, but you was just like, yeah, we're gonna see. And it was
like, to him, like, I guess
when they went to the hospital and Mark was on the bed, you can't hear, but his mom and him he was arguing, and you just see her slap him. It was type funny just to see them behind the glass arguing about, because he's like, yeah, I know he recovered, and she's like that was a mom. Like, it was like, that's what a mom would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what y'all are made of. That's my son.
Yep.
And I don't want to see
like, what?
Yeah, like that was real. Like that, I was like, yeah, I can see that. You know, fathers be like, come on, get up, boy. You know, dust it off. You know, mom's like, my baby.
Put it during your shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Put it during your knee.
That moment, I was like, I chuckled. I was like, they got that. They captured that moment, like, for real. Like, all right, but that's all we got on that. Until the next one, whatever next movie, next show, you know, we'll see y'all again on Great Pendant. We out of here.
Peace.